The day I became a millionaire was the day I rewrote my story. Hi, I'm Jason. For years, I'd lived under the shadow of my stepdad, Victor, a man who thought he could control me with his barking orders and belittling sneers. He wasn't just bossy, he was a tyrant, a self-proclaimed king of our crumbling household, lording over me and my mom like we were his subjects. But that day, when my crypto investments skyrocketed and my bank account swelled with 7 figures, everything changed. I didn't just gain wealth, I gained power. And I vowed Victor would never see a cent of it. He'd regret every word, every insult, every moment he made me feel small. This is the story of how I turned the tables, how I made him beg, and how I ensured he'd choke on his own regret. It started when I was 16, when my mom married Victor. I was a lanky kid, still grieving my dad's death, trying to find my place in a world that felt like it had collapsed. My mom was vulnerable, desperate for stability, and Victor swooped in like a vulture smelling weakness. He was a big man with a voice like gravel, always barking orders. Jason, mow the lawn. Jason, fix the sink. Jason, don't you dare talk back. He treated me like hired help, not a son. My mom was too broken to see it. She'd smile weakly, saying, "He's just trying to keep things in order, Jason." But order meant control, and Victor thrived on it. "You're useless, kid. Can't even hold a wrench right. You'll never amount to anything. Just like your dad. Weak. That's why he's dead and left you with nothing." That cut deeper than any insult. My dad was a good man. Gentle, loving, and honest. Hearing Victor mock his death made my blood boil. Those words burned into me, each one feeling like a lash across my self-esteem. I'd lie awake at night, replaying his insults with my fists clenched under the covers. He'd mock my dreams of becoming a tech entrepreneur, laughing at my nerdy computer nonsense. One night, I came home to find my first laptop smashed on the floor. All my early programming work, gone. Victor stood over it, sneering. "Get your head out of the clouds, Jason. You want to play computer nerd while this house falls apart? Do something useful." He deleted my project files, said it was a lesson in responsibility. That night, I cried silently, but I didn't let him see. I started backing everything up in secret after that. By 13, I was Victor's personal handyman. When our roof leaked, he didn't call for help. He tossed me a roll of duct tape and barked, "Get up there and figure it out. If you fall, don't expect me to catch you." He made me clean the gutters, fix plumbing, patch drywall, and crawl under the house to inspect pipes. All without guidance, gear, or thanks. Some weekends, he'd make me mow not just our lawn, but 3 others in the neighborhood, all to pay off a poker debt he owed to the guys down the street. If I complained, he'd sneer, "You want to eat, don't you? Then shut up and earn it." Victor never let me keep a cent I earned. When I started doing side jobs, tutoring, fixing people's computers, running errands, he'd wait for me at the door like a landlord on payday. "This goes toward rent. You live here, don't you?" He'd growl, yanking crumpled bills from my hand before I could protest. It didn't matter if I was saving for school supplies or a birthday gift for mom. He took it all. Once, after I'd stashed a few dollars secretly in a shoebox, he found it and took it as punishment for being sneaky. When things got tight, and they always did, thanks to his drinking and gambling, he'd sell whatever he could find that belonged to me. "Your toys won't fix the damn water heater," he said one day, throwing my bike into the back of his truck. I'd saved for that bike all summer. He sold my gaming console next, claiming it was rotting my brain, though he used the cash for a beer run. Then he made me hand over my birthday gift cards. "House needs fixing before you get to play rich boy." When I got into college on a scholarship, he sneered. "College? Waste of money. You'll drop out and end up flipping burgers." I didn't drop out. I studied computer science, worked nights as a delivery driver, and managed to scrape by. Victor never contributed a dime. Instead, he'd demand I send money home to help the family. And by that, he meant his beer fund. My mom would call, her voice trembling almost every time, asking for a few $100 because Victor had had a rough month. I sent what I could, but it was never enough for him. "You're selfish, Jason. Your mom's struggling, and you're out there playing student. Send more next time, or don't bother coming home." Over time, I noticed Mom wearing sunglasses indoors. She flinched when doors slammed. One night during a visit, I saw him shove her against a wall in a drunken rage. I stepped in, and he turned on me, eyes bloodshot. But I stood my ground. I knew then. I had to get her out. After college, I landed a tech job. It was nothing glamorous, but it paid the bills. I started dabbling in cryptocurrency. I invested every spare dollar, researching everything, and trading late into the night. Victor, of course, had opinions. Crypto? Ha! You're throwing your money into a scam. Typical Jason chasing pipe dreams. I didn't argue. I'd learned long ago that arguing with Victor was like wrestling a pig in mud. You'd get dirty, and the pig would enjoy it. Instead, I worked harder, saved more, and watched my investments grow. By 25, I'd moved out, renting a tiny apartment away from them. My mom visited once, alone, and cried when she saw my place.
I'm so proud of you, Jason. You're doing so well.
I hugged her, but I didn't tell her about the crypto wallet slowly climbing into 6 figures. I didn't trust Victor not to sniff it out. Then came the day that changed everything. I was 27 when my crypto portfolio exploded. A coin I'd bought at pennies soared to hundreds of dollars overnight. My account balance blinked at me when I saw that I had $1,237,482. I didn't tell anyone at first. I needed a plan. Victor had spent years treating me like dirt. Now, I had the means to make him pay. Not with violence, of course, but with the one thing he craved: money. I bought a cozy little house for my mom in a quiet suburb, fully paid, furnished, and secured. One night, while Victor was passed out drunk, I snuck her out with the help of a moving crew. She was gone before he even realized it. When he came home to an empty house, he went ballistic. He called, screaming threats, demanding to know where she was. She's safe, Victor. Somewhere you can't hurt her anymore. Then, I pulled my next move. I bought the house next to Victor's. The very same rundown place he used to complain about. I renovated it into a smart home palace. Every morning, I walked outside with my espresso, smiling and waving. I made sure he saw the Tesla, the perfectly trimmed lawn, the solar panels, and every time I waved, I saw his jaw tighten. Jealousy ate at him like acid. Eventually, Victor came begging. Come on, kid. I raised you. You owe me. You didn't raise me, Victor. You bullied me. And I don't owe you a damn thing. I slammed the door in his face. Then I pulled my biggest move. I bought Victor's house through a shell company and sent him an eviction notice. The look on his face when he realized he was losing his home, it was priceless. But that wasn't enough. I used my growing network of business contacts, one of whom had ties with the regional warehouse where Victor worked. I told them the truth about his violent history and alcohol problems. A week later, he was fired. No severance, just a security escort out the door. One night, not long after he was served the eviction, I heard rustling outside. Victor had come back, drunk, furious, armed. He tried to break in with a crowbar, muttering about how he'd end it all tonight. But our security system included motion lights and a massive German shepherd I'd adopted. The dog barked furiously and chased him. Victor ran toward the backyard, trying to escape over the electric fence. He got shocked, screamed, and collapsed. Police arrived minutes later. In his car, they found ropes, knives, and a handgun. It was clear he had planned something horrific. Victor was arrested and sentenced to 15 years in prison. The judge didn't even blink. My mom divorced him shortly after. His own family disowned him. He became a disgraced nobody. In prison, Victor got into a fight with another inmate over something petty. He was stabbed multiple times. He survived, barely, but spent months in the infirmary. He wrote letters, to me, to Mom, begging for forgiveness, claiming he'd changed. We never replied. We never even opened the envelopes. Thanks for watching.